Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie. Today we're sipping rye whiskey.
Well, we've got some exciting things happening today.
Yes.
We have a rye tasting, followed by Sadie Hustlepig's last ride. Our van, we dropped her off. We absolutely one single tear. That's okay. We dropped her off, so we recorded that last ride with a little video montage at the end featuring music written and recorded by AI, and it's has no right to be as good as it is. Stick around for that after the tasting, but let's get started on this whiskey right now. This whiskey is a gift to the channel from our friend David Jennings. Rare Bird 101. If you didn't know, Raconteur Rye, this is batch number 2 that David and the Woodwork Collective have. They didn't just select this, they actually blended it.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting whiskey here. Again, batch 2, we enjoyed batch 1 very, very much. And now Julie's going to tell you all about this bottle while you take a closer look at it. Here's some very cool close-up shots and more information.
This whiskey is distilled in Indiana, aged in Indiana and Kentucky, bottled by the Woodwork Collective, Louisville, Kentucky. The recipe is 95% rye, 5% malted barley, aged 7 years. The finishing time is 9 months. The proof is 122.74, which is good for a rye. This yielded 1,000 bottles and the suggested retail price, $129.99.
Wow. Okay, so that's a lot of information there. It's a blend of 95.5 Indiana Straight Rye Whiskey, 95.5 Indiana Straight Rye Whiskey, aged for 45 months in cured toasted oak, and then 95.5 Indiana Straight Rye Whiskey finished in a Mizunara cask. This whiskey is releasing to the public online at Bourbon Outfitter, Sealbox, and Prime Barrel. Go to raconteurrye.com for more information. This is called Brazen, batch 2. They named it Brazen because everything's dialed up.
Nice.
For whatever reason, there's a lot more information on exactly what happened in nature to create this added flavor for this whiskey. But after enjoying batch 1 so much, I cannot wait to get into batch 2 here. There are some tasting notes, but I think we should just get onto the nose and the tasting and do all the things that we like to do on this channel.
Smells delicious.
I don't even really need to bring it to my nose.
No,
I can
it
already
was
smell
wafting up as I picked up the glass. It smells
Wow.
toasted oaky, a little bit of cherry, and you can kind of get some rye spice under there.
There is vanilla all over this. I mean, it's so inviting, this glass. It smells incredible. I would expect a lot more spice on this, given the age and everything else that goes into it, and the mash bill, quite honestly. But this smells so sweet and inviting and lovely.
Nice and fruity, nice and oaky, nice and sweet. I think I'm gonna love it.
I think
a little
it sounds,
spicy.
sounds nice. Cheers.
Cheers. There's something a bit herbal about this.
Wow.
The flavors are so rich, and there's a lot of them. Like, I get a good cherry, almost like a little bit of I don't know if it's like a rhubarb or like some sort of like breadiness that comes through.
Yeah.
But the sweetness is there, a good sugary note. I get a nice rye spice, good toasted oak in there.
I think it's interesting that you said rhubarb because I was thinking this tastes like strawberry, but it was some sort of dessert that it was reminiscent of.
Yeah.
That strawberry rhubarb type thing. Very, very nice. It's so creamy. That vanilla comes through here. It's more of a toffee than anything else. I don't really always get toffee on whiskeys. It's usually caramel or butterscotch, something like that. I would qualify this one as toffee. Wow, that first sip is amazing.
And I had said that it was herbal and then didn't really say more about that, but I do get a little bit of a herbal finish. So I don't know if it's like a lemon citrus or
Little tea,
something.
maybe?
It's just a little tea-like, kind of buried deep in there.
The oak that is now on the nose and it's really hanging around on the finish, it is that really interesting, dry, but somehow complex oak. And a little bit of the toast too. Super unusual, but it suits this whiskey perfectly.
It does invite you to want to take another sip. I'm really getting some of that strawberry now. So you know this is a rye. There's a nice spicy quality that tells you it's a rye, but there's so much fruit forwardness in there. 122 proof. You get a little bit of a hug there, but it's not overwhelming. Like, this is a really, really nice drink.
It's super well balanced, and I think the toasted character there, the Mizunara finishing there, really helped to temper some of the bigger spice notes, but that spice is still there. The rye spice, a little bit of cinnamon. Very nice whiskey, and the vanilla is just huge here. The more we sit with it, the more it strikes me as creamy vanilla custard, frosting, those types of things popping into my head.
Yeah.
Mouth is starting to water from that dry oak note. Wow, fantastic rye.
You said cinnamon, and I was thinking brown sugar, but it is a cinnamon brown sugar mixture that you kind of get mid-palate there. That it kind of complements that with that nice sweetness. I'm digging it.
Digging it too. Yeah, I mean, we kind of skimmed over the MSRP on this one at $129.99. $130 bottle.
It's expensive.
Pricey, absolutely. You expect a ton. I think you're getting a lot for your money here. You're definitely getting a lot to like. Super unusual, exceedingly small batch. So a lot to like here. I'm really impressed with it after only a couple of sips. Now, this has been open for a little while. We tasted it on a live stream about a month ago, I guess. And at first I was like, oh, it's kind of proofy, it's kind of spicy, I'm not sure. Now that it's been opening up a little bit and we're getting more of those vanilla notes, the fruit notes, it is an unusual whiskey. This doesn't taste like anything else that we've got on the shelf.
No, and I am a stickler for the price point too. $130 is a lot. But I'm telling you, this is delicious. This isn't an off-putting rye. It's definitely a rye that would appeal to bourbon drinkers.
Yeah, I agree. Even the tea notes, the little bit of citrus there, supported by that fruit-forward backbone there, and the vanilla. I mean, if you're a bourbon fan, you're going to love that. Very, very nice whiskey. All the flavors from the wood finishing, the toasting, the charred white oak barrels in the beginning, all of that comes together here. It's really well done, really well balanced, and I'm a huge fan.
It has a great mouthfeel. The finish is dry, so you kind of go through all of the phases of your palate. Your mouth starts watering, and then it kind of dries up, but the flavors are just explosive, and they linger, and I think it's delicious.
Yeah, the wood finish on the end is so unique, so different, that even though it is a $130 bottle, you're getting a high proof point. I think a little bit of water, a little bit of ice in here would generate even more flavor, which would be exciting as well. I'm a huge fan. I think it's great, and thank you again to David Jennings for this bottle. We will definitely be sharing this one with friends and family because it is very special.
What a delicious way to say goodbye to our van.
Yeah, a special bottle for a special occasion. Sadie Hustlepig treated us so well for almost exactly 6 years, and so here she is on her final drive to Hood River, Oregon, where we sold her to some folks who are so excited to get that van and to get traveling with it. We can't wait to see where they go with it, and it would have probably affected us more if they weren't so excited.
Agreed. If I was just handing over the keys and they were a little bit nonchalant about it, but they were so excited. You could tell they just had a thirst for adventure. They couldn't wait to get out there. They were just so pumped, and that made my heart super full, and it made it easier to say goodbye.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what made it harder to say goodbye overall, though, was I asked AI to create a song. And I gave it some prompts about us traveling the country in the van with our cat and our other cat from back in the day. What it spit out was something that was far better than anything that we were expecting. So here it is, our farewell to Sadie Hustlepig.
Wheels rolling down a dusty track, sun slipping through the cracks. With you beside and whiskers near, our little home makes it all clear. Past ghost towns and old oak trees, singing softly to the summer breeze. A map of dreams in our old van, carved in love by hand in hand. Wandering hearts, unspoken vows, every mile our love allows. Purrs and whispers under the stars. In our little van, the world is ours. Cats and coffee at the break of dawn, wonder and joy in each yawn. Highways blend into a stream of endless roads and painted dreams. Beneath the moon's silvery arc, we share our stories in the dark, while our feline friend curls tight in the warmth of this simple night. Wandering hearts, unspoken vows, every mile our love allows. Purrs and whispers under the stars. In our little van, the world world is ours. Cats and coffee at the break of dawn, wonder and joy in each yawn. Highways blend into a stream of endless roads and painted dreams. Beneath the moon's silvery arc, we share our stories in the dark, while our feline friend curls tight. Wandering hearts, unspoken vows. Every mile our love allows. Hers and whispers under the stars. In our little van, the world is ours.
From wherever we are,
To wherever you are.
cheers.
Cheers.
And stay tuned because really soon we're going to introduce you to the new Bourbon Van.
Wheels rolling down a dusty track, sun slipping through the cracks. With you beside and whiskers near, our little home makes it all clear. Past ghost towns and old oak trees, singing softly to the summer breeze. A map of dreams in our old van, carved in love by hand in hand. Wandering hearts, unspoken vows. Every mile our love allows. Hers and whispers under the stars. In our little van, the world is ours.